Hey everyone, it's Shelly with Couture. I'm here to show you how to do a sign using our haunted Halloween. Actually, it's the Halloween porch sign transfer, but we're only going to use a section of it. This is an awesome transfer because you can get so many different projects out of this. Not only are you doing a porch sign, but you can just pick out little bits and pieces of this transfer and make so many different signs to decorate wherever you want. So let's get started. Say hello, guys, as you're hopping on. Turn my volume off. Always forget to do that. Give us a sprinkle, say hello. Make sure we are up and live. Appears we are. While we wait for everyone, let's give a big shout out to all of our friends. Say hello. Why isn't that working? Still trying to get used to this new Facebook here. It keeps updating on me. Hope everyone's doing well. All right, I think we're good. So say hey, it's a lunchtime by me, so maybe it's lunchtime by you. Tell me what you're eating for lunch. I will eat something after this. Okay, so I found this cute little rest in peace little chalkboard sign last year sometime, I think. And I bought up a whole bunch because I just thought it was a cute little board to play with. So if you have this and recognize it, it probably came from the bullseye section, I want to say. I think that's where it came from. So be on the lookout. I'm sure they're going to start bringing out fall stuff here shortly. Let's get this little tag thing off. Let's go ahead and put that aside for a moment. Let's get out our transfer so we can look at it a little closer. This is an E-size transfer, so it is one of our biggest transfers, so that means it's 18 by 24. So it is a biggie. And you can easily make a 4-foot porch sign with this. I usually like to get, I'll go to my local hardware store and get a 10-foot piece of common board, and then I have them cut it in half for me. I have them cut it at, so it's like I get 2 5-foot boards out of it, which is kind of nice. But the common board, I think is, I don't remember if it's treated. But it's sanded down. Sometimes it has imperfections in it, but really doesn't everything have imperfections? So this, I'll read everything to you, and if you can't read it already, this says, "Welcome to our haunted Halloween, Eeks," and it has a skeleton holding a spider. Oh, so scared. I think that would be cute on a project. This one here, Ghosts and Goblins. This would be cute on our 9x12 box frames. Monsters Scream, Witches Lair. I mean, honestly, cute little signs you can get out of this. Oh, what a fright. Pumpkins Gleam on a Moonlit Night. That's, I think, that will be a good one on our 9-inch box frame. Let me grab one. I think that would fit perfectly. So if we put that Pumpkins Gleam, that'll fit perfect, so we should do that another time. And then the last one says Tricks and Treats. Isn't this a fun transfer? I really like this one. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna save this half for another day. And we are only going to use the Welcome to Our Haunted Halloween part. So let's bring our transfer, or our surface back over. And I am going to write on the back of this, So this will be, this is going to be the top of our porch sign if we do a porch sign. I just want to make sure that I know that this half goes on the top. And then we are going to call it Halloween porch sign. That way we know. All right. So because this is not a wood surface, we are going to treat this as a chalkboard. Some chalkboards are better than others. Sometimes they coat it with like a paper chalkboard. This does feel somewhat like a chalkboard, so I'm not going to do any kind of prepping like waxing or anything like that. That will, I think, dull the finish of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to fuzz our transfer really, really well. So let's go ahead and get our fuzzing cloth. And then we are just going to lift pretty much this half. Now, sometimes when I get big transfers like this with a bunch of different elements on it, I will actually cut them apart so that I can use the smaller pieces. However, they are really close to one another, so that really won't give me a lot of room in case I go off of it. Hello, Mary. How are you this afternoon? So I'm just going to keep this all in one piece, and we're just going to fuzz the section we want. So welcome to our haunted Halloween. Now, in the supply list that you'll see listed in the video description up above or below if you're catching me on YouTube, I also added the Gone Batty chalk made kits. All right, and I also put in a jar of our glow in the dark and a jar of our shimmer plum, because that's what you get in the Gone Batty kit. So because I've used some of these already when we played with our Gone Batty, I'm just going to go ahead and use those. But if you choose not to get the Gone Batty kit, where you get the singles, then go ahead and get the jars. You're awake. That's good. Awake is good. I am too. All right, so let's fuzz this. We're going to just take a little of that tackiness away so it doesn't stick too badly to our surface. Okay. And then let's bring our surface down a bit. Let's get this lined up. I think I'm going to keep this more towards the bottom. All right, so I'm going to kind of get that centered. Okay, rub it down really well. I guess we could, if we moved it up a little bit, we can get that little bird down there. We'd only have to move it up maybe an inch. Let's try that. That'd be cute, kind of having that bird at the bottom. So let's do that. Let's readjust here. We can have him sitting on that white line. Just at the white line. I just love transfers like this that you can use, you know, all the different pieces, parts. Okay, we want to get this really rubbed down. We're going to keep this simple, guys. We are going to do, I'm going to use the shimmer plum and the shimmer glow, or the glow in the dark. So what we're going to first do is do the entire thing in the shimmer plum, let it get nice and dry, and then we're going to go on top of it with the glow in the dark. So during the daytime, you'll see the shimmer plum. It might be a little difficult. I might rethink that. But then during the night, you'll see it glow in the dark. So that's the plan anyway. All right, so let's get our shimmer plum. I'm going to need this a little bit. So we did open this up, oh gosh, probably about a week ago. I did not seal it. I probably should have, but I did not. So we're just going to need this. It still feels pretty good. All right, and then I'm going to probably squeeze the whole rest of it out. So let's do that. Get it all out. I think I've pretty much emptied it. All right, I'm gonna toss that. Any excess we have afterwards, I'll put back into my jar. So let's get that open and ready. And then we're just gonna spread it over the entire transfer area except for his hand here. We're not gonna do the little skeleton hand. So let's go ahead and just get this spread. All right, you wanna try to stay on that teal colored material. That's the transfer material. Except we're gonna do a little bird there. So you can see I have plenty of paste coming out of that paste single here. And I'm gonna have a lot to put back. Look at all that excess. That's gonna go right back in my jar. That's why I like getting the singles, and when I use them and don't use the rest, you could save it in your jars. All right, so we're just gonna make sure we get it going through that silkscreen mesh really well. Make sure you hit all the corners. Sometimes I miss things because I'm not getting the edges real well. With the shimmers, I do like to go in different directions because we're just trying to get that grit to go through. Okay, excess back in the jar. Now all we have to do is lift. Ah, stuck. Hold please. Okay, we got stuck. Ooh, so cool. All right, we'll just put this aside and we'll get that washed up with plain water when we're done. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That looks good just like it is. Let's get it dry. We're using our quick dry tool. If you are a paper crafter, scrapbooker, like to do a lot of embossing, you guys probably have a heat tool. Just be careful because your heat tool is probably a lot hotter than this one. This one is a lower watt so that we don't burn. Like if I accidentally hit my transfer with it, a regular heat tool would melt it like a little ball of rubber. But this does not. So it's a low heat, low wattage. I've heard they're gonna extend the cord on it, which is a good thing. Let's get this nice and dry. We want to get it really dry because we're going to apply the glow in the dark on top. How's everybody doing? I love our shimmers too. When it starts to dry, you can really see that sparkle come to life. If anyone needs some boards, I literally have probably a dozen of them. So if you need one, let me know. The Hello Owl Fair onesie. Is it for a girl or a boy? Or do we not know yet? If we don't know yet, then I would say definitely a generic color. Greens are always good for that. Of course, you can't go wrong with black. What color onesie? A white onesie? It's for a girl. Okay, is it a white onesie? Ooh, the berry ink would be pretty. Remember the berry ink that came out? The berry and I think sage was the two newer ink colors that came out. Those would look pretty together. Yes, white. Yeah, maybe the berry and the sage, that would be pretty. Any combos of like a coral and pinks, papaya, that would be pretty. Don't forget, guys, too, you know, we haven't talked about this for a while. We still have those mystery packs available. For, I want to say, $119.95. You'll get 10 retired holiday transfers. And then guess what? It qualifies you for a free jar of the Very Perry Shimmer. And then, if you are a club member, you'll get the detail tool for free, too. Don't forget about those. They're all holiday retired. I'm not sure like from what years. It could be from way back when, or it could be recently. I'm not sure. They don't tell us that kind of thing. I got some paste on me, of course, so let's get myself cleaned up. I saw it over here. That's what made me think I had it on me. Okay, isn't that shimmer plum to die for, you guys? Look at that. Oh, that looks good just by itself. Just saying. I am just saying. All right, we're gonna just take a wipe and I'm gonna clean this squeegee up. Just get the majority of that shimmer plum off. And normally I would probably go ahead and wash my transfer before I did this next step. But because it's a little larger and you're welcome, Mary. Obi-Wan Kenobi, huh? All right, because it's so large, we're gonna, and probably it's dried a little bit by now. We're just gonna go ahead and place it back on top. Again, make sure this is good and dry before you do that. Some people, and I have done this myself, some will put a layer of wax on top when you're, especially when you're layering chalk paste, except this is the shimmer. Excuse me, and I feel like when I do that, it dulls the shimmer, so I'm not going to do that. So we're gonna take our chances and we're gonna line this up real nice. All right, so you kind of have to find a design here. Line it all up. When you think you're somewhat lined up, tack it down. Okay, sometimes too, which is kind of neat, if you're a little bit off, excuse my head there, if you're a little bit off, it kind of gives you like that, like an outline kind of effect. So I think that's what's going to happen here. I don't have it totally lined up, so I think it's going to be pretty cool. All right, again, let's knead. And then we're gonna squirt this out all together. I don't know if I'll have any extra of this. This one doesn't seem like as much as I had of the shimmer plum. Okay, get it all out. Toss that. Make sure your squeegee is not too wet. We're just gonna go ahead and apply it on top. You can almost see, I keep getting snagged here. You can see how it's sitting on top of that purple. And I'm probably gonna have to grab some out of my jar here. Let me grab my jar. Okay, and I'm going to get a stir stick. I'm going to stir it up, make sure all that glowiness gets mixed in here. Glow, 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 glow. This is my special potion. Okay, let's go ahead and put some more on there. All right, now we can keep going here. So I'm just lightly kind of applying it. I'm not using a whole lot of pressure. Don't forget your little crow here. You want to get him to glow too. I'll pick up some more. So you can kind of see it's changing that purple, that plum, a little bit lighter. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to put that back in my glow-in-the-dark jar because I'm afraid I might be picking up some of the shimmer from the transfer. Could be wrong, but I just want to make sure we're not polluting it. So now I'm going to just go and take off that excess. Does look like I'm lifting a little bit of that shimmer from the transfer, so. You know, I'm not quite sure if I got that E really good, so let me get him real good. Didn't look like he was coated before. There we go. Okay. I did get a little bit of the shimmer off that transfer, so it's a good thing I just put that back here. Okay. Let's lift again. We're going to go very gently here. I really don't want to have to bring up any of my paste. Okay, so you can see it really lightened up that shimmer plum. All right, put this down again. Let's get that dry. It may darken again, so we'll see. See how that looks. Thank you. Thanks, whoever's giving me some love. You can see the plum coming through on the edges, which I think gives it a really cool look. And we're not done. We're going to kind of spruce it up with a little bit of some of that Gone Fatty kit. We're going to make one bat. I can see the plum starting to come back more through that glow-in-the-dark. As the glow-in-the-dark paste is drying, I can see that shimmer coming back up. Now our glow-in-the-dark paste does take a little bit longer to dry. You can kind of see some of the letters are getting darker, whereas some are staying more white because those are still wet. Let's get one of our heavy-duty drying hot heat tools here. See if we can speed up the drying process. Now again, this one's a little more wattage. Higher heat, so you want to make sure you don't do anything to your transfers. Almost dry. So did you guys see how it got darker again? All right. The word I was looking for before was offset. When you kind of move your transfer just a little bit, the big guns, yep. It's a little bit offset so you can kind of go up and to the right or up and to the left a little bit, and it gives it that little bit of a offset look. There's that. I don't know if it'll glow right now. So let's just put this aside for a second. Let's bring over one of our bats. Now this is from the Gone Batty kit. And when you look at your bats, this is a chalk suede product. I love our chalk suede. And then you'll see little indentations, almost like they've, like they've taken a bone folder. And this is used, a lot of people will use this with making cards and bending paper, but they put a crease in there. Okay, so there's a little crease there so that when you're done, you can fold up his wings. So then I brought over the coordinating transfer. I'm just gonna fuzz him on my shirt. We're gonna get rid of some of that stickiness here. Let's go ahead and put that over. Actually, it's easier to flip him over. So you want the indentation, like you want to feel the raised edges away from the transfer. So let's go ahead and line him up. Okay, if you want to check placement, you can kind of hold it up to the light. Let's see. I think I'm actually going to do this in white. I'll grab my white. And then let's just get a mini. Chalk up our bat. Put your excess back. Okay. Close that up. All right, then let's remove that. I'm going to use a detail tool just to hold it down while I'm removing this. All right. Again, everything is water soluble, so that'll clean up real nice with water. Let's get him dried up. And then we're going to add him to our sign. You could do a layer of the glow in the dark on top too, so that he also glows, but I'm just going to keep him white. Okay, I think it's dry. We had a little oopsie here, so we're going to try to get that off. Guess it doesn't come off with the chalk suede. Once you dry chalk paste on your chalk suede, it doesn't come off so easily. It is forgiving when it's wet. I'm just going to scratch that off a little bit. I'm going to use my nails actually. Actually, it came off pretty well. Make sure I do that little loop there. There's a little bit inside here. Okay. Okay. Now, I need to find my tape. I'm surveying my area here. I have a little piece of foam tape that I'm just going to apply to the bottom of our bat. So we just need just a little piece. This is double-sided adhesive foam tape here. And we're going to take off that little protective paper here. All right, where do we want to put him? Kind of covers the rest in peace, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm going to put him right here. Okay, so I'm going to press him down. Right now it's flat. So because we've put that creases in there, and bend it, and then it gives your bat some dimension. Now you could curl it. It holds a pretty good shape, I gotta say. This chalk paste is pretty, or the chalk the chalk suede is pretty forgiving here. And the chalk paste, nothing is cracking on me. It's staying put. And I'm doing some pretty good bending on here. I mean, we're really manipulating these wings. So there is your welcome to our haunted Halloween sign. I hope you guys enjoyed today's how-to, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening, your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.